All right, we're about to bust a huge myth. The idea that you need a ton of money to start investing. You don't. And over the next few minutes, we're going to show you exactly how to turn a simple $100 bill into your very first real investment. Let's get right into it.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if you could take a single $100 bill and use it to start building actual long-term wealth? So many people wait for years, thinking they need this huge pile of cash to even get in the game. But you know what? That's a huge mistake.
The simple answer is you absolutely can. This isn't about how much money you have today. It's about making smart moves for your future. And this explainer, well, this is your roadmap. We're going to break it all down into simple, practical steps that just work. Okay, first things first. We have to get our mindset right. We need to really understand why starting with just a little bit of money is actually a massive advantage. This is the key, It's what's going to get you over that initial hump. Here it is. This is probably the most important rule in all of investing, and it's something people just don't talk about enough. The single most powerful tool you have isn't a giant bank account, it's time. Getting started early, even with a little, beats waiting to start with a lot, every single time. And this right here, this shows you the power of that time. Just look at this. If you invest just $100 and get an average 10% return, after 10 years, it's more than doubled to $260. After 20 years, it's grown to over $670. And after 30 years, that $100 becomes almost $1,800. And that's without adding another penny.
So, what is this magic? It's called compound interest, and it is the engine that builds wealth. All it means is that your money earns returns, and then those returns start earning their own returns. The best way to think about it is like this. It's your money making babies. And the earlier you start, the more generations of those money babies you have working for you around the clock.
Okay, so the theory is great, right? But let's get into the action. This next part is your launch plan. We've broken it down into 3 super simple steps that'll take you from zero to investor.
But first, and this is really important, we need to be clear. We are investing, not gambling. So many beginners lose money because they see some random stock blowing up on social media and they jump in. That's gambling. Investing is a long-term strategy. It's about buying the whole market and building wealth slowly and steadily, not trying to get rich overnight.
So what is the plan? It's literally this simple. Step 1, you open an account. Step 2, you choose what to buy. And trust me, we're going to make that part really easy. And step 3, you make your first investment. That's it. Seriously.
All right, step 1, open a brokerage account. Think of this as just the place where you'll buy and hold your investments. You can't just send money to the stock market, right? You need an app for that. So for anyone in the US, apps like Robinhood, Fidelity, or Schwab are perfect. And here's the best part. They're free to open, there are no minimum deposits, and you can be set up in like 5 minutes.
Now for step 2. This is where most people get kind of paralyzed, but we're going to keep it simple. Instead of trying to pick the one winning company out of thousands, you're just going to buy the whole market. And you do this with something called an ETF, or an exchange-traded fund. Just think of it like a shopping basket that holds tiny little pieces of hundreds of companies, like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, all in one single purchase. It is way safer, way smarter, and a lot less stressful.
So which ETF should you actually buy? Well, here are 3 great options for beginners. VOO tracks the 500 biggest U.S. companies. VTI tracks pretty much the whole U.S. stock market. And QQQ focuses on the big tech companies. But since you're starting with just $100, keep it simple. Just pick one. Seriously. Buying a share or even a piece of a share of VOO or VTI is a fantastic start.
And just like that, once you hit that buy button, you've done it. You are officially an investor. Just take a second and let that sink in. You've just taken a huge step that most people only ever talk about doing.
Making that first investment is an amazing feeling, but the real secret to building wealth, that's all about what happens next. So, in this section, we're going to cover the one habit that really separates successful investors from, well, everyone else.
And it all comes down to this one idea. Motivation, it comes and goes, right? You might feel super excited today, but what about next month or next year? Real long-term success comes from discipline. And the easiest way to be disciplined is to just automate it and take yourself out of the equation. Let me show you what I mean with a really powerful example. Let's start with an amount of money that most of us can probably find if we really look for it. $25 a week. That's it. That's about the cost of one meal delivered to your door. You could call it your pizza money.
Now, what if you took that 25 bucks and automatically invested it every single week into that ETF you bought? You just set it up one time in your app and then you forget about it. It's that small, consistent action combined with that average market return we talked about that creates the real magic.
And here is the result. That simple habit of investing just $25 a week, your pizza money, could grow into over $68,000 in 20 years. That is life-changing money, and it's built from these small, automated contributions you barely even notice leaving your account. Now, to protect that growth, you have got to avoid these common mistakes. Don't try to be a day trader. Don't buy meme stocks just because everyone's talking about them. For your own sanity, don't check your app every hour. And this is the big one. Do not sell everything just because the market drops. Dips are normal. You have to learn to zoom out and think in years, not in days. Okay, we've covered the why and the how. Let's bring it all home and put it together into one final, super clear action plan that you can literally use today.
Here it is, your 5-step plan. Number 1, open that account. It takes 5 minutes. 2, deposit your first $100. 3, use it to buy a low-cost ETF like VOO or VTI. 4, set up a small weekly or monthly auto-invest. And then number 5, the hardest part, just walk away and let time do all the heavy lifting for you. That is the whole game plan.
So, we'll end with this. You now have the complete playbook. You have the knowledge, you have the tools, and you have the plan. The only thing missing now is you taking action. Your future self is waiting. So the only question left is, what's your first move?